Hey everyone, today I wanted to do an update video on the Chrysler brand. I do these from time to time for Chrysler and Dodge mostly, and for Chrysler I last talked about their future in both 2020 and 2022, and I'll be doing so again now for 2025, the 100th anniversary of the brand. So today we'll take a deeper look at the Chrysler brand, their current status, their plans for the future, what vehicles will be released, and more. The video breakdown will be as follows, first taking a look at the current sales and strategy, then the Chrysler Pacifica, and then new products that are in the works, like a refreshed Pacifica, a new crossover, and what comes next for the Chrysler 300. Hope you enjoy hearing about this historic brand, and let's get into it. So it's no secret that Chrysler has been in a slump for a while, as they haven't launched an all-new vehicle since the 2017 Pacifica. They used to offer a comprehensive 9-vehicle portfolio back in 2008, but now there's only the Pacifica minivan and the entry-level Voyager variant, or it's called the Grand Caravan in Canada. Looking at the sales, Chrysler sold over 124,000 vehicles in 2024, 119,000 of those was Pacifica and Voyager, and the remaining 5,000 or so were leftover Chrysler 300 sales, and that's just for the US sales only. Chrysler's definitely at a bit of a crossroads, as are many other brands, as the whole of Stellantis adjusts their strategy. Former Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares pushed a Dare Forward 2030 plan to electrify the portfolio of every Stellantis brand, aiming for 100% EVs in Europe and 50% EVs in the US by 2030. However, with Tavares resigning in December and increased demand for hybrids over EVs in Europe, as well as customer skepticism and reluctance to fully shift to EVs in North America, Stellantis and also Chrysler are definitely reevaluating their aggressive EV targets. Shifting to the Pacifica, this is now Chrysler's bread and butter and also the best-selling minivan in the US. It's also the only minivan that offers a plug-in hybrid and all-wheel drive, although those options cannot be paired together. Chrysler does offer a variant of this, as I said, the Voyager in the US and Grand Caravan in Canada, which is used as the entry-level trim for the Pacifica. With those 119,000, 389,000 minivans moved in 2024, Chrysler easily outperformed the rest of the segment, including the Honda Odyssey, which sold over 80,000 units, and the Toyota Sienna and Kia Carnival. So the Pacifica remains a key player in this niche minivan segment. Now we can move to talking about new products. The soonest one will likely be a refreshed version of the current minivan, as that is scheduled for 2026. There aren't many details released on this just yet, but it sounds like the gas and hybrid versions will continue with a new exterior, interior trim updates, and new technology. A fully electric Pacifica will also follow that refresh, probably in the 2026 model year as well. Chrysler CEO Christine Fuel announced this at the 2024 LA Auto Show. She realizes the importance of the Pacifica nameplate, so the Pacifica name will move forward into the electric era as well. We don't know much more other than Fuel describing the design as, quote, modern and futuristic, end quote, possibly following in the footsteps of the 2024 Chrysler Halcyon concept vehicle. One of the standout features of the Dodge and Chrysler minivans has always been the versatile stow-and-go seating system, and Chrysler plans to reinvent this innovation for the new electric model. Fuel hinted at creative new configurations, including moving the front seats forward to allow for cargo space underneath, or placing the second row seats on rails to slide sideways. Chrysler is also exploring how the new interior layout can support various lifestyle scenarios, like tailgating, camping, or relaxing. But the final seating configuration is still under development. This electric minivan comes at the right time, as that segment is starting to grow, with the Volkswagen ID Buzz being the first EV minivan in the US. Fuel also wouldn't rule out the possibility of a range extender setup, like the future Ram 1500 Ramcharger. The next update is a negative one, as the development of Chrysler's anticipated new crossover has been suspended. To give some background info, in January 2022, Chrysler showed off a concept on a mid-sized electric SUV that was called the Airflow. This vehicle was going to be based on the STLA Large platform, the same one used by the new Dodge Charger Daytona. A few months later in April, Chrysler showed off another version of this concept called the Airflow Graphite. Both concepts were popular and had good feedback, and they definitely would have helped revive Chrysler in some way. Chrysler CEO Christine Fuel said that she knows that we have a hit on our hands. The chief design officer for Stellantis, Ralph Gilles, did an interview with Motor Trend where he raved about it, saying, quote, it blew the doors off. That's a good sign, and Chrysler is ripe for that. We've done it before, we've been able to give the brand new, exciting product, so we're pretty stoked about it, end quote. The codename for this project was C6X. This vehicle was scheduled to be built alongside the Chrysler Pacifica and Dodge Charger Daytona and six-pack models at the Windsor Assembly Plant in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Internally, the C6X underwent some major design changes, as the Chrysler CEO was not happy with the 2022 design and wanted what she called more boundary-pushing design language. To me, this means a more daring and futuristic design approach, but I didn't see anything wrong with the airflow. Ralph Gilles spoke about the design evolving in a new direction, and that was more reflected in the futuristic 2024 Chrysler Halcyon concept vehicle. So this crossover was supposed to debut later this year in 2025. However, in January 2025, the C6X was put on pause after an internal email was given to suppliers from Stellantis, effectively suspending the C6X development program. Stellantis did say this in an official statement, saying that the program is paused for now as they assess the market and their customers' needs and wants. So this suspension definitely poses some questions about if Chrysler is rethinking making the C6X an EV, or possibly retooling it to be a gas vehicle amidst the uncertain and skeptical electric market. We don't know if the suspension is related to that potential strategy change or other factors. It could be a similar situation to Alfa Romeo, who recently announced they are delaying the transition to becoming an all-electric brand, so Chrysler could be considering a similar strategy for their brand. This is important as Chrysler simply needs new vehicles in their lineup. They don't necessarily have to hit a home run with it, but anything at this point will get people talking, get more people into Chryslers, and get more Chryslers on the road. Otherwise, people just forget this brand even exists or don't even know about it. The only thing I can think of is that Chrysler is shifting away from making the C6X fully electric, as Stellantis is changing their course on that now that former CEO Carlos Tavares has resigned, or they might be potentially waiting for the release of the Charger's six-pack gas-powered models with the 3-liter Hurricane inline 6-cylinders, and using that platform for the C6X instead. So lots of mystery remains, but the certainty is that Chrysler badly needs to release a new vehicle as soon as possible. Of course, in any Chrysler video, the 300 must be mentioned. This was a remarkable success story, selling over 1.3 million cars worldwide since the 2005 debut. However, the 300 was discontinued after the 2023 model year, and that left Chrysler without a flagship vehicle, and thus without an identity. The 300 urgently needs replacing, as Chrysler needs this nameplate in their lineup to continue their legacy. As we've discussed, Chrysler had long talked about taking the path to being a fully electrified brand by 2028, but with factors like the Trump administration, as well as the recent departure of Carlos Tavares, and a pivot away from his Dare Forward 2030 strategic plan, questions still linger about the brand's future direction. However, whether or not Chrysler chooses gas, EV, or both, they do have the answer lying within arm's reach, and that answer is the STLA Large platform. This is what the new Dodge Charger Daytona is being built on, and it's a very versatile platform that I hope Chrysler is going to be using for their potential 300 successor. The STLA Large platform can support fully electric, hybrid, and internal combustion engine powertrains. We are seeing the Charger return as a two-door EV, but 2025 will also bring the gas-powered version of that Charger in both 2- and 4-door variants. So whether Chrysler wants to continue offering gas options or dive into an all-electric 300, they can implement either strategy with this platform. And the same goes with the design. Dodge chooses sportiness and aggressiveness, and Chrysler can go with the refined and elegant luxury route, just as they did with the LX-LD 300, alongside the more muscular Charger, as of course the target market and the types of customers for both vehicles is usually quite different. This is also cost-effective, sharing the same platform, wheelbase, and many components to reduce the costs, without needing to develop anything totally new for the 300. So by leveraging the STLA Large platform, Chrysler can create an inexpensive flagship model, maintaining profitability while offering a fresh take on a luxury design, and copying their golden strategy that worked so well from 2005 to 2023 with the previous generations of the Charger, 300, Challenger, and Magnum. The interior can be reworked as well to provide better materials, just like the previous 300 did over the Charger, especially on top trim levels like the 300C, which featured quilted leather, open-pore wood, and brushed aluminum, catering to the luxury-focused upscale Chrysler buyers, rather than the sporty performance Dodge consumers. Best of all, whether Chrysler uses the 400-volt EV system of the Daytona, or the standard output and high output 3-liter Hurricane twin-turbo engines, the 300 will be quicker and more powerful than any Chrysler before it. So that's the end of this update video on the future of the Chrysler brand. While the Pacifica is definitely enjoying success and proves that Chrysler is capable of making a popular vehicle, no car brand can survive with just one model, and I truly believe Chrysler needs to release that C6X in some capacity as soon as possible, whether it's gas or electric. They also need to revive that 300 nameplate, as it's such an iconic piece of this brand, and it would get everyone so excited and at the very least curious to see what's up with the next gen 300. The time to act is right now, especially as they celebrate their 100th anniversary this summer. Using the STLA Large platform, Chrysler has an opportunity to reclaim its status as an American icon, while delivering a luxury sedan that revitalizes Chrysler's brand image, and they can even leverage this anniversary to include special edition models, new products, or other celebratory announcements. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it. What do you think about Chrysler? Will they turn out alright, or are they in danger of not making it long term? And would you like to see the 300 come back? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Mopar content, and I'll see you in the next video.